When it comes to conversations about health, some topics rarely make it into casual discussion. Vaginal pH is one of those subjects that often remains shrouded in mystery, misunderstood, or simply overlooked until a problem arises. Yet, the balance of pH in the vagina is central to overall gynecological well-being, impacting everything from comfort and odor to susceptibility to infections. Understanding what vaginal pH is, why it matters, and how to maintain it can make a world of difference, not just in avoiding discomfort, but in preventing more serious health issues down the line. At its core, pH is a measure of how acidic or basic a substance is, scaling from 0 to 14. A lower number indicates higher acidity, while a higher number reflects greater alkalinity. The vagina's natural pH hovers between 3.8 and 4.5, meaning it's slightly acidic. This acidity isn't just a random trait, it's a carefully maintained defense mechanism. The acidic environment is primarily upheld by the presence of beneficial bacteria, notably Lactobacilli, which produce lactic acid and hydrogen peroxide. These substances create an inhospitable setting for harmful bacteria, yeast, and viruses, effectively serving as the vagina's security system. But what happens when this balance is disrupted? Here's where things get tricky, and where so many people are caught off guard. A shift in vaginal pH, whether toward higher alkalinity or increased acidity, can have subtle and not so subtle effects. The most common culprits behind pH imbalance are often everyday activities and changes: menstruation, sexual intercourse, use of certain soaps or hygiene products, antibiotics, hormonal fluctuations, clothing choices. Menstruation, for instance, temporarily raises vaginal pH due to the alkaline nature of menstrual blood. Semen is also alkaline, so after unprotected sex, vaginal pH can spike. Antibiotics, while targeting harmful bacteria elsewhere in the body, may inadvertently wipe out protective lactobacilli in the vagina, leaving the environment vulnerable. Even things as simple as douching or using scented soaps can disrupt the natural flora, despite being marketed as clean or fresh. Synthetic underwear and tight clothing trap moisture and heat, further tipping the scales. Early signs of a pH imbalance may seem minor: a subtle change in odor, unusual discharge, mild itching or irritation. These symptoms are easy to brush off or misattribute to stress, diet, or daily habits. But if left unaddressed, imbalances create an open invitation for infections. Bacterial vaginosis, for example, occurs when harmful bacteria outnumber lactobacilli, often resulting in a fishy odor and thin grayish discharge. On the other side, a drop in acidity may allow yeast to flourish, leading to the itching, burning, and thick discharge typical of a yeast infection. Here's what many don't realize. Once these imbalances take root, they're not always easy to correct. Recurring infections can create a frustrating cycle, with each round of treatment potentially disturbing the ecosystem further. Some women experience chronic discomfort, recurrent infections, or even complications with fertility and pregnancy, all stemming from an issue that, in hindsight, might seem preventable. Another layer of complexity arises with age and life changes. During puberty, increased estrogen supports the growth of lactobacilli, helping establish that protective acidic barrier. But during menopause, as estrogen levels drop, the vaginal walls thin and lactobacilli dwindle, making the environment less acidic and more susceptible to infections. Pregnancy, too, alters hormonal balance and immune response, making vigilance over vaginal health even more crucial. Despite these risks, the conversation around vaginal pH is often limited to moments of crisis. Rarely do we learn about the ways to support and protect this delicate balance as part of routine self-care. The truth is, prevention is far more effective and far less stressful than treatment after an issue has emerged. So, what can be done to safeguard vaginal pH? The good news is, many strategies are simple and non-invasive. Start with hygiene. Avoid douching entirely, as it strips away beneficial bacteria and disrupts the natural acidity. Opt for mild, unscented soaps if you must cleanse the external genital area. And skip any harsh or perfumed products marketed for intimate use. When possible, wear breathable, cotton underwear and avoid prolonged periods in wet clothing or tight-fitting garments, which trap moisture and heat. Consider your sexual health practices. Using condoms can help maintain pH stability by preventing the alkaline effects of semen from altering the vaginal environment. Urinating after sex can also help flush out potential irritants. If you do experience frequent infections after sex, speak with your healthcare provider. There may be underlying factors at play. Diet plays a role too, though perhaps less directly than some believe. While alkaline diets are unlikely to directly change vaginal pH, maintaining a balanced diet that supports immune health is vital. Some people benefit from taking probiotic supplements, especially those containing Lactobacillus strains, to help restore and maintain healthy vaginal flora. Including yogurt and fermented foods in the diet may also provide a gentle boost to beneficial bacteria. Antibiotic use is sometimes unavoidable, but if you're prescribed antibiotics, discuss with your doctor whether a probiotic supplement might help mitigate unwanted side effects. Likewise, if you're experiencing hormonal changes, whether due to menopause, contraceptives, or pregnancy, keep open communication with your healthcare provider about any shifts in vaginal health. Perhaps most importantly, pay attention to your body's signals. Changes in discharge, odor, or sensation are your body's way of communicating that something has shifted. Don't dismiss or feel embarrassed by these symptoms. Trust your intuition and seek guidance promptly. Early intervention can prevent minor issues from escalating. Lastly, remember that vaginal health is not just a women's issue. It's a matter of overall wellness. The stigma and silence surrounding topics like pH balance serve no one. They only delay care and foster confusion. By understanding the nuances of vaginal pH, what it is, how it works, why it matters, you're empowered to protect your health and advocate for yourself with confidence. So, the next time the topic of vaginal health comes up, know that pH is not just a scientific detail buried in textbooks. It's a living, dynamic part of your body's defenses, one that deserves attention and respect. Don't wait until it's too late to learn what no one told you about vaginal pH. Your comfort, confidence, and well-being are worth the conversation and the care.